Today we are talking about a game developer who ended up doing the any percent speedrun on how to destroy your career. And he didn't even need to use any glitches. Truly impressive. Now we are talking about YandereDev, the person who ended up making Yandere Simulator. And this was a game that was extremely popular, especially back in the day. Tons of people were making videos about it, and all of your favorite Let's Players at the time probably have a video of them playing this game, and it has a lot of views. People like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Jason the Cub Scout, they all uploaded videos of this game, and it was basically a guaranteed way to get 1 million views. All you had to do was log in, completely overreact about something that's extremely basic in the game, like you could go and pick up a knife, or you can control the size of your boobs, like you can press a button and just make it bigger, just scream and go crazy. You got yourself a 1 million view video. As this game got more and more popular, more people were subscribing to the YandereDev YouTube channel, so we could basically see updates on the game, and people were absolutely hungry. They really wanted this game to release, and they sat down and waited patiently. But here's the catch: it looks like this game was never going to finish because it suffered from idea creep, where basically every single time when YandereDev came up with a brand new idea, he will go and add it inside of the game. Sounds like a good idea, because come on, if you're creating something, of course you're going to want it to be the best that it could be, and if you come up with a brand new idea, you're going to want to add it. But here's the problem: doing that is like keep on adding food to your plate. Eventually you're not going to be able to eat all the food, and I think we all know what happens when you eat too much. You rather get extremely sick or you throw up. That's not good. That's basically what the guy was doing. He kept on adding more ideas into the game, he kept on adding stuff, and the game just kept on getting more bigger, and it just seems like this game was just never going to come out. And obviously, as more people got frustrated because they wanted this game to release, they wanted to see what's going on. So they end up looking deeper inside the game and on the person who made the game, YandereDev, and they ended up finding some pretty bad stuff. So one, they ended up learning that the code of the game is absolutely terrible. It is straight up spaghetti code. It is so bad that if you go to a YouTuber or Twitch streamer who is a game developer or a programmer and they do like dev streams, if you go up to them and say your code is terrible, it's as bad as YandereDev, most of them will literally get angry. That is how bad his code is. It is absolutely terrible. And because the game code was so bad, it 100% made sense why the game was so poorly made. This game runs absolutely terribly. You can have an extremely powerful PC, a brand new RTX 3080 or a RTX 4080, and it will still run absolutely terribly on 1080p, 60 frames per second. You will be getting extremely big stutters. And when more people end up looking into YandereDev, they end up discovering that this man is just a absolute loser. It was so bad that he ended up becoming a lolcow. And if you have absolutely no idea what that is, that's basically someone where their whole identity on the internet is to just get made fun of. And when he instantly reached that status, it was over for him. Memes was being made on him, people were making fun of him, and after that, people have just completely lost faith in Yandere Simulator. They just accept that this game is just never gonna come out, and we should just go and give up. He ended up losing a lot of support because he actually used to make a lot of money every single month from people like donated to his Patreon or people just giving him money. That ended up drastically going down, and the game just kind of looks like it was over. Now, it was still being made behind the scenes, even though updates were extremely slow. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're at the point where this game has been in development for 9 years, and still we only have like one rival that is completely finished. By the way, we were supposed to get 10, so I have absolutely no idea how that's going to work. You know, if it takes you 9 years to make one, how long is it going to take for you to make 10? Like 90 years? Well, it seems like all those theories may 100% be true, because a bunch of new allegations ended up coming out about YandereDev, and it doesn't really look good for him at all. He ended up getting exposed for being a predator, which is Not really that surprising at this point. I have absolutely no idea why this is just a trend. Like, suddenly out of nowhere, a content creator ended up getting exposed for being an absolute weirdo and trying to talk to underage fans. I have absolutely no idea why something like this is so common, and it's just absolutely disgusting. I think it's good every time one of these absolutely terrible people get exposed. Now, this ended up happening because one YouTuber ended up making an extremely good video talking about this whole YandereDev situation, and it's something that I 100% recommend you watch because she's going to be able to explain it way more better than I would be able to. Now, the video that got uploaded exposing YandereDev has actually got deleted. It seems like it ended up getting a copyright strike by the actual victim, and she ended up releasing a post on Reddit saying why she decided to do something like that, and she ended up pulling back a lot of her claims, saying that YandereDev wasn't the person who ended up talking to her first, it was actually her who contacted him, and saying that he's not a groomer, which I think is an extremely interesting decision. Now, obviously, you should respect her decision because she is the victim in this situation, and whatever she wants to do, there's not really anything we can do about it, but I do think this is something extremely weird to do. I don't think all because she was the one who ended up contacting YandereDev first, that suddenly makes this less weird, because she made it very clear really early in the conversation that she is 16 years old, a minor, and even after that information, YandereDev has still decided to go and talk to her. That is absolutely weird. No one should be doing that. If you know that you are talking to a minor, you should automatically cut all contacts and just end it right there. He is the adult in this situation. He is 100% responsible. He is in his 30s, okay? This man is like 32, 33 years old. He 100% know that he should not be doing something like this. So I think it's very strange for her to just suddenly go back on the majority of the claims and saying that he's not a groomer. I think that's really weird. But again, it's her decision and there's really nothing that we can do about it. YandereDev have also released an apology about this whole situation. Now, this is something that he never does. This is a man who does not like the idea of taking accountability at all. He can make the worst mistake of all time and he's going to try to find a way to blame it on someone else. But no, he ended up making an update on his website saying that he's 100% sorry and saying that he should not have done something like this. Now, all because you go and apologize, I still think it should be absolutely over for this guy, because this is a mistake that absolutely no one should be making. In my opinion, this is something that you should not be able to just apologize and move on. This is something absolutely weird, and again, no one should be making this mistake. You don't accidentally talk to a minor. That does not happen. He 100% knew what he was doing, and he's just sorry that he got caught. Let's just be honest. Because you know for a fact that if this video didn't come out and he didn't get exposed, he probably would have still been talking to her right now. This man is an absolute weirdo, and he does not deserve any support. But in this video, the YouTuber ended up talking to one of the victims of YandereDevs, and she ended up completely exposing him, showing a bunch of audio clips of him having conversations with her, and saying absolutely weird things, and also leaked a bunch of DMs because both of them were texting on Snapchat, which that's like an instant red flag. You know, if you're someone who's like 20 or at YandereDev case, like in your 30s, and you're still using something like Snapchat, that is just instantly suspicious. These DM conversations are just absolutely nasty. He's just saying a bunch of weird things to her, and something that I have to show you is that this man, YandereDev, ended up taking out all of the numbers and coming up with the most wildest conclusions, trying to justify on what he's trying to do, which is just crazy that someone could just come up with this idea and just think this is 100% okay. Now, obviously, when this guy ended up realizing that, oh, I'm making an extremely big mistake because, you know, I'm talking to a minor. This person is 16 years old, by the way, the person that YandereDev is talking to. He ended up taking out one of the oldest tricks of the book, and that is to completely gaslight the person you are grooming so they don't completely expose you and just ruin your career. He's just saying stuff like, look, I'm so sad, lonely, and depressed. Of course the first time a girl will go and talk to me, I'll be attached immediately. You're like so much fun to talk to. Don't feel bad for this man at all. He's an absolute loser and a weirdo. You know, if you're that lonely, that desperate, how about you like go outside, gain social skills, and actually start talking to people and make friends? All because you're lonely, that doesn't suddenly justify this absolutely disgusting action that you're trying to do, and it doesn't suddenly make it okay because I'm sad. Like, this is just absolutely disgusting, and it should be just 100% over for YandereDev. I know he's losing a lot of supporters, but I don't think anyone should be supporting Yandere Simulator. I don't think anyone should be making videos about this, and I think it should just be over for him. It looks like it's absolutely over for Yandere Simulator, and it seems like this game is never going to be able to see the light of day, and I think this is absolutely good, because YandereDev has showed the world that he is just an absolute weirdo, and he doesn't deserve to get any support. Anyway, my name is Lua. This is just something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.